Hello, friends. Hello. Welcome to this live of Unleash Your Green Gorilla. I am Virginia Cinquemani. I'm the director and founder of Green Gorilla Consultants Ltd. And Green Gorilla is a company that focuses on training and coaching for sustainability professionals to make an impact and to help them make an impact. And we do that via tailored training courses and coaching programs, and we focus especially on the strengths and the soft skills that are needed to complement your technical knowledge. Today, I wanted to share some thoughts around success, because I wrote this book, so I'm the author also of Sustainable: How to Find Success as a Sustainability Professional in a Rapidly Changing World. And the other day I was thinking about the idea of success. So I wanted to just share my thoughts with you. And if you are here, please say hello and feel free to ask me questions or to chat with me. So the other day I was looking at, my finances, the Green Gorilla accounting stuff. And I was thinking, okay, we're still at the startup phase. So when can I say this is successful? How can I say this is successful? Is it about the money, but because it's an ethical business? Is it about the impact that I make? How can I measure it? Etc., etc. And so I was really reflecting upon the idea of success. And because it's also in the subtitle of my book, I was thinking, okay, how can I define success for my clients and for the people that I serve? So for you guys, for the professionals that listen to me and they do my programs. So the thing is, when I interviewed people to write the book, and I interviewed a lot of successful sustainability professionals, including David Cheshire and David Simons and Mike Barry, etc., etc. Hello, Michael, and hello, LinkedIn user that I don't know who you are, but you say ciao, so ciao to you. So when I interviewed these people, they all had in common something. When I was speaking to them, I realized that these people have focus. They have a very defined idea of what their mission is, what sort of work they have to do in their careers, and they have a story to tell. So the story is the story of how they reach that point, what is the meaning of what they do, and where they are heading to. And that meaning includes not just themselves, but also, hello Kishore, but also others. This is not just about their monetary success, if you want. Of course, they are directors, authors. I've also interviewed Jerry Udelson, who is a great author about, that writes about green buildings effectively in America, as a pioneer of green buildings, etc. So they have achieved something in their lives, so that's for sure. So they got the proof. They are, as I said, head of companies, they wrote books, etc. But is that success? And for us in sustainability, what does it translate to? So for me, so I'll tell you what is for me anyway, what is my idea of success, and also reflecting upon the people that I've interviewed. They definitely have a focus. So you have to have a focus. You have to have a mission. You have to have something that makes you get up in the morning. And that can be for your own life, but also I think in sustainability is all about sharing with others and is about influencing others as well, and having others to share your mission and your vision. Also, there is something to be said about working in flow, which means having a clear goal, seeing the results of what you do, so measuring the impact that you make, and having the skills to handle the situation. So that's when you work in flow. That's when you don't see the time passing, for example, when you see, you work so well and you feel challenged, but your skills are up to the job, so you really, really enjoy it. And that's part of combining your passion and what you're able to do. So definitely the working flow. And in itself, working in sustainability for me is a privilege. I do feel when I, when I think, okay, I work in sustainability, that actually is incredible to be able to contribute to it, to one of the biggest challenges, if not the biggest challenge that humanity has ever faced. So I'm going to stop and read the questions because that's interesting. The story is the most important, and has to be real. Absolutely. I'm a big advocate of storytelling. So when you have a mission, a vision, you need to be able to tell that mission. You need to be able to communicate it to the people around you. Otherwise, it stays, with you, and it doesn't go out, and you don't influence anyone. And in sustainability, it's super important to be able to influence others to jump with you and just do, and take action. Michael said, have you met people and companies that deliver stories but not results, in meaning not just words and empty promises? Well, that's my other point. The thing is, sometimes we feel defeated by the fact that the sustainability is such a big challenge. And our individual impact might seem trivial. If the challenge is too big and your skills are not up to the job, you actually start feeling anxious. So you come out of flow and you start feeling anxious. And of course, there are people and companies that deliver stories, but they don't deliver results. That's for sure. Sometimes it's not up to them. Sometimes the challenge is truly too big. Sometimes it's because, they are just jumping on the bandwagon of sustainability, which is an easy thing to do these days, isn't it? Is what we call greenwashing. However, as individuals, if we feel that way, if we feel that we want to contribute and we want to be successful, which means, and we haven't defined it yet, by the way, we will get there at the end. So if we want to feel like we are contributing, we're doing meaningful work, and what we do actually makes a difference, I would say start small. Because if you start saying, I want to save the world, this is a collective effort. You can't do it by yourself. But certainly, if you are a sustainability professional, and I was talking this morning in a conference, and we were just saying, actually, everyone arguably these days is a sustainability professional. Because if you work, or even if you just, work at home and don't do any external work, you have a responsibility to do sustainability, to live sustainably, to work sustainably, to influence others and carry, and influence them to contribute as well. So arguably, everyone is a sustainability professional. The thing is, by yourself as an individual, although you might have some skills, the impact surely is limited. But the one thing that I think about when I get into that sort of funk is to say, okay, start small. Start from something that you can actually influence and do. First of all, yourself and your mindset, but also the others. So, for example, if you operate at the local level or in your office, how can you change? How can you influence your colleagues to live more sustainably? Maybe you can organize some lunch and learn lectures, or maybe you can start some challenges in the office to walk more and waste less, whatever. Or maybe you can volunteer for your local charity to plant trees, or to organize a community garden, or perhaps to help with your expertise. I don't know. I know a charity here where I am in St. Albans. They go around the houses with a thermal camera, and they take imaging of the houses so that people know what they have to fix in the houses, because there are leakages and heat losses, etc. And they use experts and they volunteer their time to do that. So there is always an opportunity to act at the local level, because if everyone acts at the local level, you will eventually have a ripple effect. And if everyone does it, then they will be inspired, so more people will be inspired to do the same. A friend of mine, Russ Avery, has started a movement within his area where he lives and his town to rewild their gardens. So he started, and I've heard that there are already some other people that saw that on LinkedIn. wanted to do the same. So he passed on his knowledge and his tools and his logo and everything. So the more communities can start rewilding their gardens. And the more we do this, so that the individual has the power to influence others. That's our superpower. You can have a ripple effect on others. And in that sense, you will have an impact. In itself, if I'm vegan, nobody cares, right? But if I show others why being vegan is a good idea, why being vegan might have a big effect on the climate if everyone cuts back a little bit of their meat consumption, that's a different thing. If I talk about it, so it's when you start collaborating with others and influencing others and being inclusive in your ideas, that's when you can make a difference. And to me, that part of being, doing meaningful work is success. I think that's quite important for us in sustainability. Success is not just about becoming a director or becoming the MD of your company or earning a lot of money. Surely money is in the picture. So I would say, I'm going to talk about it in a second. But do you have any comments in that sense? Does it make sense to you? Okay. Michael said, I have to disagree. Okay, my aim is to build a wasteless world, and for 8 years I do, preventing over 1 million tons of products to become waste. I created an industry 5.0, which is the moment represented by Global Industry 5.0 Ambassador Network, 31 countries. So I did it without investors, donations, funding, just my own money, and I think to have bigger aim than personal achievable, it works well. Perfect. If you have the resilience, the drive, the means as well to make a bigger impact, amazing. All I'm saying is the majority of people feel disheartened when they think, my contribution is, I'm only one person. So not everyone has, Michael, your presence, actually, your power, your personal motivation to actually go big. If you've done that, that is amazing. And if you have that drive, we need more people like you, absolutely. But if people feel disheartened because they think, I'm only one person, I won't be successful, what does success mean anyway? Then I'm suggesting, start small and build on those little wins and build on the ripple effect that it can take you to a different place. And of course, the more you do, the more confidence you acquire. And I'm sure you didn't start with a vision of, I want to build a wasteless world. Sure, it started from somewhere a bit smaller, and then you went to the bigger vision, because that's how it is. You start as a graduate wanting to do some meaningful work, and then you move on, and then you move on, and you build on that. So to build your confidence, start small and go big. However, I've seen, for example, there are cohorts of startups starting in a number like 60 people coming together at the same time to build a big vision from day one. So this is absolutely possible. It's just I was offering, let's say, an alternative to people that don't feel as confident. Now, money. So is success for a sustainability professional part of the, money part of the picture? I have to mention it because every time I speak to people, people in sustainability, they play it small in terms of money. Everything should be no profit. People criticize other people that work in sustainability and ask for money because sustainability should be no profit. At the same time, without money, we can't reinvest into the world. We can't reinvest into these visions, and we can't support ourselves and our lifestyle so that we have the energy, the mental space, and the ability to really make a difference. So money does come into the picture. Being successful can be part of it. It's not for everyone. Not everyone has the same vision, but I think in order to be even more impactful, I think money should be part of it. So in a nutshell, and I've talked about this before, I am a firm believer of Ikigai, so the Japanese concept of combining what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs and what you can be paid for. And when you manage to get the four of them together, that's when you really can say possibly that you are successful, because you're doing something that you like, something that you're good at, so it comes to you natural, something that the world needs. And definitely sustainability professionals, we have the responsibility to use our skills and our passion towards what the world needs. And then why not being paid for it? And if you don't want to take the profits, reinvest it, plant trees, support environmental projects, support social projects. Okay, Michael says money is important and profit is nothing to be ashamed of. Absolutely. One of the worst things is something is given for free. The reason is that people do not value, exactly. People do not value when something is given away for free. That's the matter of fact. So I think if you work in sustainability, you shouldn't be ashamed, and I agree with Michael, of actually asking for money at the right level. And if you get more money than what you need, because your needs are less, then donate it. Use it for the good purposes that that are out there. Without money, unfortunately, there is so much we can do. So I think it is part of the picture. Bottom-up initiatives can drive change that we need. Absolutely. Okay, another thing is we need to insert our efforts into the larger networks. So individuals are super important, but I think there are lots of organizations around the world that do already a lot of meaningful work. So if you struggle to find meaning or find something that you can do as an individual that you think is impactful enough, definitely look out for organizations that already do meaningful work. From Extinction Rebellion to Greenpeace to others, smaller organizations, maybe, with less bureaucracy around, that can actually make a difference. So there is always an opportunity, and success in that sense is even more meaningful because it's a collective success. It's not just about you, it's about all these people coming together. So just to finalize this little 20 minutes talk, I think success in sustainability, from my point of view, is a combination of meaningful work, something that you love and you can do, with something that the world needs and something that you can be paid for. Money is part of the equation. If it makes you happy, remember, money up to a certain level makes us happy. After a certain level, it doesn't. It's actually causing more anxiety. So you need to decide what that level is, and then any extra you can donate. But it's definitely a combination of these things, especially in sustainability. When you combine meaningful work with something that you have a passion you can do, then I think you are really successful. And yeah, collaboration is really helpful sometimes. I think it is. If you can find the right group of people that are doing meaningful work that your values are aligned with, that's the perfect combination, I think. Okay. So guys, do you have any final comments or questions? Do you agree with this particular? Oh, thanks, Michael. Thank you. And thank you for interacting. That's great when people interact with me in my little lives. I hope this was useful to you guys. It's the basis of what I think is success for me. And I think it can be helpful to you if you feel a bit disheartened, perhaps, that you're not contributing enough to the world. I think we can always have a little contribution towards a better planet. And so you just need to find your way. So anyway, if you need, I'm here. And I can help you figure it out if that's what you want to do, because that's what I do for half of my time. I coach people to find a job that is meaningful for them. And thank you so much. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.